Hello, all the Web3 enthusiasts. This is Max speaking, and at this pre-New Year's episode, I'm excited to host an interview with Gleb Kostarev, actually a person who doesn't need any introductions. So you all know him as a founder and CEO of Bloom, a project which is also uh, well known for literally everyone. So we'll speak about numbers, and I think you will see that it's all for a reason. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gleb Kostarev. Hello, Gleb. How are you today?
Hey, I'm good. Yeah, thank you for inviting today.
Yeah, also happy to see you again. So we have a pretty big bunch of questions prepared. Let's get straight to the action and to warm up. So a little throwback. So we met in early summer when Bloom was about to cross 10 million users, and already by that time it was a super impressive number. And now your bot is used by over 30 million users every month, and that's a huge number. How did you manage to keep this continuous growth, and what progress did you make on the product since then?
Yeah, so Telegram mini apps, they continued to grow. I would say not only during summer, but like September, October, November, probably till the TG of Hamster. Because a lot of people after Notcoin airdrop and Dogs airdrop started to go into this Telegram mini app space. In terms of our products, I would say that we launched our Memepad. So Memepad, it's some kind of launchpad for meme coins. So any user can go to our Memepad and launch their own meme coin within a few seconds. And actually we became the biggest launchpad for meme coins on Ton, and actually one of the biggest in the world. So I think by the number of issued meme coins, we are on the third place right after Moonshot, but we are pretty close to them. So I think soon we will become the second one. And the second product that we also focused on, it is a trading bot. So right now it's already this trading bot allows you to trade some meme coins on our meme pad and overall within Ton blockchain. So right now it exists as a Telegram chat bot, but soon it will be available as a Telegram mini app to all of our users. So right now it's available to 100,000 users. Um, so yeah, so this is what we also launched because a lot of DJs they actually don't really like to trade through front end, right? Through mini apps. They like to trade, through these chatbots. So there is some audience, that prefer this product over direct over Telegram mini app, right? So that's why we launched it in some kind of I would say not silent mode, but some kind of soft launch right now because it's not available to everyone. So this is two products that we launched, and actually we also focus on the third product. So third product is about it is our exchange, right? So we like all this time we were building it, and I think finally we'll be able to launch exchange. You know I think closer to the end of Q1. That's our plan.
Awesome. So you touched several questions. We will dive deeper during this interview, especially for the meme part, of course. And yeah, we see that a lot of big things have been done, and even in comparison to some other major Telegram mini apps, there is already a very viable utility, including trading opportunities and meme part for sure. So it's not just about tapping and waiting for something. It's already a real product, and yeah, that's really cool. So could you please tell us about Perpetuals trading a little bit more on Bloom? So we believe you nailed your roadmap for 2024 so far, and what about Perpetuals trading? Is it live?
Yeah, as I mentioned, so we were building it, throughout this year. So we will launch it, in the Q1 the next year. So I would say backend part is almost ready. We just need like to fix not to fix, but to adjust a few things on the front end. So actually, yeah, we're planning to start to roll it out like in like I would say in the Q1 next year. So yeah, that's some kind of our like big milestone that we will put a lot of efforts into it. So yeah, that's our plan for Burps.
Okay, cool. So you also mentioned one thing about your model of rolling out your innovations as like making it available not for the entire community of 30 million people, but for specific groups of 100,000. And sounds like something from Andre Cornier's test and prod model. And I think it's a pretty wise approach from you. And yeah, a little bit more about the plans and that the milestones. So for sure, a lot of big things have been reached so far. And what about your plans for the ongoing bull market? So any announcements for now? What should we await in the nearest future?
So as I mentioned, right now we're focusing on this like three products that we continue to develop, right? So that's why, to be honest, with some kind of you know um, bull run agnostic, I would say. We're rolling out our products, and you know we keep collecting the feedback from users in order to make these products better for our community. So that's why for us, it doesn't really matter whether the Bitcoin is going up or is going down. But of course, if you speak, for example, about Memepad, so memes, they are some kind of narrative these days, narrative of this bull run. So that's why, of course, for us, it's important, that the bull run is going on. Um, what's interesting in terms of trends, so we see that there is pretty big interest, during this bull run to AI, right? So we will also think over how to implement AI. So we have a couple of initiatives to implement AI agents into our Memepad. So yeah, let's see, how AI space will also grow, within this bull run.
Awesome. So if you manage to do that, this will be kind of a real Web3 multiverse, which combines all trends and what's more important, all these, as far as I know you guys, it will be working really smooth. So looking forward to new innovations. So, and yeah, the next question is coming from my sociologist background. I started implementing it in every interview we host here at Synopsis. So I'd like to know more about your audience actually. So there are more than 30 million people, and of course, it's pretty difficult to uh, provide some exact image, but just in general, could you tell, is there any specific user group that Bloom targets, or do you target all the Web3 at once with different products like Memepad and Earn and other products?
So when we initially started, of course, we targeted, the whole user base of Telegram, right? In order to help them to be onboarded into crypto. But right now, of course, we switched a bit this focus, right? We're thinking more about, you know, crypto native people, right? Because like, when you just tap and you play the game, like you don't need specific skills, skill set, right? But of course, like launching meme coins, snipe them through like chatbot. That's some kind of like different product, right? I mean, like not different product, but I mean, like you need different skills to do that, right? You should be a bit deeper into crypto. So that's why we right now we step by step trying to tap into this kind of audience. A bit more crypto savvy, I would say. Um, So right now, of course, we still have this. Telegram and Ton blockchain audience, but we're thinking over how we can attract also audience from other ecosystems.
Awesome. For the other ecosystems, we'll be talking very, very soon. And for now, a small question, yeah, of course, about the Memepad. So it was big in the beginning, but you mentioned to answer the module part in advance. So the Memepad is a wonderful innovation from my point of view. I would say that for me, it was kind of entry gate to the world of launching meme coins. Actually, I could never think of how easy it can be when the ready infrastructure is right on your Telegram app. And yeah, I launched several, and it took like really seconds. And I can say that I put a lot of investment in it. So it was a kind of cool entrance for me. Even I'm in Web3 since maybe 6 years for now, and it was the first time. So when I touched this field of launching coins on my own. And what about our users? So could you tell us the most successful cases of launching coins on Memepad?
Yeah, sure. So we have Vilarsa coin. So it is launched by Vilarsa. He's a pretty well-known influencer in Russian-speaking space. He's actually like, more like a trader, right? So he became actually the biggest like meme coin on our memepad. I think his market cap, like, he reached like 10 mil. So he was listed on Gate, and I hope that he's like his coin will continue to develop. So yeah, overall we have a couple of other, I would say, influencers that launch their meme coins, and they're performing pretty well. For example, Alive was launched by one of the major Turkish influencers, right? Popcorn was launched by big Telegram, channel. Um, so yeah, there are a few pretty successful, cases, and we'll continue to develop our like meme pad as a product. So we will add, streaming feature. As I mentioned, we're looking into AI and how we can give this AI agent, functionality to meme coin, to meme coin launchers, right? So yeah, this is what we're doing, and um, we also have some plans to add other teams. So yeah, we definitely will continue to develop our product, based on the feedback from the community.
Awesome. So there is even more points for the utility with these real cases. And yeah, I think it's a great achievement, and it's just the beginning. So wish everyone who's launching their tokens on Memepad all the best, and guys, keep building. And now for other ecosystems. So this one was going to be a pretty huge question. So it looks like TVL on Ton is half of what it was in this summer, meaning it becomes a less popular platform for DeFi, while the rest of DeFi market is growing and new major players like Hyperliquid appearing. Sorry. So are you actually satisfied with the Ton ecosystem, and do you have any plans to expand beyond Ton in the future?
So I would say that, Ton is a pretty new ecosystem. So it means that a lot of things are needed to be built on Ton. Like right now, we see some limitations in terms of liquidity. Um, so we need more bridges, right? Like we need to stimulate users from other chains to come to Ton. But at the same time, we see a lot of different, I would say, initiatives from Ton Foundation. So they try to support, meme coin creators, right? They try to support different meme pads. So we really see like a lot of, initiatives from their side, and let's hope that it will continue, and there will be more and more, different projects, on Ton. And like, even with our Memepad, so we got like a couple of, you know, more than like 200,000 of users who traded on our Memepad. So, I mean, like, the right users on top, right? And I'm 100% sure that there will be more and more users come into this ecosystem. You know, um, will we expand, beyond Ton? So from the day one, we were saying that we are chain agnostic. So of course, we have some plans to add, other chains as well. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
of course, like as a first step into tapping into other ecosystems, we are looking into Solana.
Awesome. So the very end, this answer is what we actually were looking to hear, everyone. So guys, Solana is coming. Okay, awesome. And so the next question, I think I should put a little disclaimer on that. So right now, we cannot anymore, I think, call Bloom a tap to earn app, but actually, at least there was this phase. In the beginning, there was just a farming function, then a drop game appeared, and it was the main part of it. So at least this phase of tap to earn was dominant at some point. And right now, of course, there is an entire ecosystem. But just to know your personal opinion, so is tap to earn still a viable economic model? So as we see it, the popular tap games became too big too soon and could not reward their users decently. So what's your
Uh,
idea of now?
yeah, that's a good question. Like, I think it's not about rewarding users decently, right? Um, because like, what you will call as a decent rewarding? I mean, is it like $10 or $100 or $1,000, right?
It's a
And
kind of philosophical question.
yeah, exactly. So actually, I think like tap to earn, they were like rewarding, users decently, but I think that expectations were different, right? And to be honest, even even with dogs, I think at some point users they understood they don't need to do anything at all, right? With dogs, you just needed to go into the app and check it, right? I mean, it was great and fantastic, distribution tool for for dogs as a meme coin, right? But at the same time, a lot of users they started to think that, oh, like we don't need to do anything at all. We should get just free money. But it's not working like that. And I think the major issue here is actually um, the major issue here is that a lot of users they tap, they do something within your mini app, but they disappear after you do your TG. And that's why tap to earn as era ended pretty quickly. Because what happened after Hamster, right? We see the valuation, right? It's pretty low, right? In comparison to, you know, what were the expectations. But at the same time, a lot of exchanges understood that, okay, they can list the project, but who will trade this project after TG, right? So tier one exchanges, they're not happy with tap turn at all, anymore because they understand that, okay, those guys, they will come to exchanges, they will just dump their tokens, right? Like for 20 or $10, but they won't stay with the project. They won't continue to trade their token, right? And it became some kind of a problem. And I think this is what actually put this tap turn model to the end. That's the first thing. But at the same time, as I mentioned, users, they understood that they can get more and more drops, right? Free money, but it's not working like that. You cannot like get airdrop you know, just like, not doing anything. And I think there is some kind of not there's some kind of confusion here because a lot of users they think that they go to your like mini app, they tap, they log in every day, and uh, they they are already like they are very active and they're contributing to the project. And I think that this is where the confusion, you know, because of course, like login, doing some kind of farming activity, it's important, right? But at the same time, users they should do some like I would say target action, some specific actions, target actions. So for us, for example, it's important um, to have users who trade, on our like platform, right? And this is what we are going to reward. And as a recent trend, we see that a lot of temp to earn, projects that still exist. There are still some projects that are not listed. So they try to limit, they try to limit the number of users that they give an airdrop, right? But still, we like the token still not performing so, very well. So yeah, I would say that combination of all these factors, put some kind of end of the term. So like, you know, people became a bit, I wouldn't say lazy, but I mean their expectations of the amount that they get in comparison to the efforts that you know, they bring in, right? That they're putting into the project. I think that's one thing, right? The second thing is that trading volumes from those users started to affect like listings. So after Hamster, we didn't see the listing of any like tip to earn, right? On Binance, for example. Um, and of course, narratives are changing pretty fast within crypto, right? So there was that short period of time when people like when everyone in the industry was excited about tap turn, but I think that passed, right? And right now there are more discussions about the agents, all that stuff, right? But I still believe that like tap to earn is a great tool for user acquisition. Um, and I mean, you still as a pro, there will be more projects, right? And ton and mini apps, and I mean, like you still can use it. But I think it's important to be pretty like very straightforward and direct with the audience. That they don't have like over expectations in terms of airdrop, and also projects should understand that. Most likely, the majority of users that tab, they don't really care about the future of the project, right? And they just want to get some kind of drop, airdrop, and then live. So that's why I think it makes sense to reward those users that are really interested in the project future. Yeah, but of course, so there should be some kind of like balance.
Well, I see that as for a founder of the leading uh, TMA, this question is kind of not painful, but the one that has to be very well examined. And I like your approach and what you say about the confusion. So yeah, really, I believe that the majority of people who are engaged in this kind of endless airdrop hunting are confused by like launching the meme coin of dogs and launching some complicated project which has utility, which has an ecosystem. And yeah, it's very interesting to look at this from this perspective that if you don't care about the future of the project, why are you expecting the project to give you high rewards? Of course, there have been some cases like dogs, like Nutcoin, but these are just some examples out of the, I would say, mainstream. And of course, there should be always evaluation of how much you contribute for the project and how much you should actually expect from it to get back.
Yeah. I think for us, it was always challenging because we like from the day one, we were saying that, guys, we build in like trade infrastructure. But a lot of users, they just like, oh, okay, like when did G, when you will make airdrop? Like, okay, so yeah, th that would I feel like a bit like challenging, right? When you like with like with a lot of this tap turn mini apps, for them, they would just like launching they will just launch their own coin, make an airdrop, list them, and that's end game from them. Now a lot of those projects, they are not like founders of those projects, they are not planning to develop their projects because like it's already end game, right? They just got listed, they had that mini app, and like they're not building some kind of like comprehensive products, right? You just like do like some taps within mini app and that's it. So so yeah, that's why for us it was always like a bit like, you know, a bit more complicated to explain people that guys like you cannot like build exchange in like 3 months, right? It's pretty it's pretty complicated product. So it takes time. And like we're not tapped like we're not, you know, tapped your projects that will be, that will die after the listing, right? So we're building like long-term project and this is what we always like communicated. But I feel like sometimes, yeah, yeah, sometimes users they have like other expectations, and I mean like that what can be challenging, for founders that are building mini apps, specifically mini apps with some utility, you know.
Yeah, of course, I'm not in touch with all of your, at least a major part of your audience, but what I see from, for example, your chat, from the comments on your YouTube, and from the people from my network who are using Bloom, everyone uh, for this or that reason understand that it's a long-term, ongoing project of building a real infrastructure, and everyone, from my point of view, seems to be pretty loyal and is not in a rush of asking when listings are, when TGE, and so on. So you somehow managed to bring up a pretty loyal community, and that's also a very valuable thing. And the question I think we should discuss right here about this long-term process of building is actually the team behind the project. So could you tell us how big is the technical team ensuring that all the Bloom users get the services they want? I should say that everything seems to be working very smooth, and I'm like using Bloom on daily basis every day. And the next question for here is Bloom hiring right now, maybe?
Yeah, for sure. We continue hiring and for some positions actually we never stop hiring. For example, for like strong like backend developers. And we're also looking for like front-end developers, product managers, some community managers. Overall, we have more than like 50 people these days. I would say that like more than a half, um, more than like 70% are tech guys. And so yeah, like we continue to grow as a team as well.
Awesome. Growth as all directions. Okay, cool. So since, of course, the year is getting closer to its end, we cannot but ask for some um, expectations of the upcoming 2025. Could you share what are the major Web3 trends you'll be following in 2025 as a founder or personally, just to share what to keep an eye on?
Yeah, as I mentioned, it will be interesting to see what will happen with AI and the AI agents. I feel like can be a like interesting trend. There will be more and more coins that will be, launched by AI agents. So yeah, I think that might be an interesting trend to follow.
Okay, for sure. 2025 seems to be coming the year of AI or even AI agents, if to make it more narrow. So, okay, so just get a proof of that this is the right direction to keep an eye on. Okay, we have at this point two questions for the most uh, tracking us viewers. So I think it will be mostly interested for the major part of the audience. So the first one is in a ex post, Bloom expressed that season 2 will change everything. Can you tell us more about it?
Um, yeah, it's more about going from this like tap turn phase to, I would say, trade turn, how we call it. I mean, we'll focus more, in this season two on um, on our trading products. So we'll implement, some new points that users will be able to get, trading and using our trading products. So yeah, the season two is about that.
Well, sounds like a teaser. Okay, we'll be tracking what's going on. The next question, getting us closer to the end of this exciting interview, is about the token, of course. Could not but ask it. So Bloom was added to pre-market on gate.io. So do you have any estimated time of arrivals or on the official token launch? Not asking for the TG or exact listing date, just some estimated time frames.
We don't have anything related to, the launch of pre-market on different exchanges, right? Um, in terms of like TG, so we should be prepared properly, for it. Uh, Before that, we need to launch exchange. So we need to launch exchange first, right? So after that, we can consider, launching our own token. So that's why this is like the highest priority for us to launch our exchange. Yeah. And as I mentioned, we are planning to launch it, in the Q1 the next year.
Awesome. No, not so much time to wait, guys. And yeah, for sure makes sense to load your own exchange before talking about some other platforms. Yeah, and at this point, you managed to deal with all the questions prepared for now. So it was very detailed, and thanks a lot for that. And the last one, we have the traditional one, and which gets a lot of more symbolism, especially at the New Year's Eve. So, could you please share some piece of advice once again for our viewers? It might be even some Christmas wishes, whatever you think is valuable for our audience to hear. So please go ahead.
Yeah, my main advice uh, is be careful with meme coins. I mean, that kind of asset is pretty volatile, so you should always, think over, and be very cautious with this type of investment because it's volatile, right? And it can go up, but it also can go like to zero. So like, be careful trading it, right? The second thing is more about like bull run overall. So we see a lot of ups and downs on the market. So Bitcoin is going to 100, yeah, then it can drop like by like $10,000, right? So I mean, like you should always be in this market with some kind of like calm head, right? So don't don't follow like FOMO, right? Because market is again also pretty volatile, is and unpredictable. But overall, my wishes is that I hope that all Synopsis viewers, they will have like successful next year in terms of profits, trading, so your overall like capital. So I hope that it will be a fantastic year for all crypto, for the whole crypto community.
Amazing. Thanks a lot for those wishes. Wish all the same for all the Bloom users and actually for the entire industry. And yeah, thanks, Gleb. You are the very right person to get this idea of being attentive to what's going on with the meme coins and taking care of your portfolio. So yeah, guys, put it in your mind, and we wish you all the best in the upcoming new year. Have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thanks for watching till the end. Stay tuned, use Bloom, and be happy. Thanks, Gleb, for joining. Would like to see you in more episodes. Bye bye.